Hello everyone, I've got a relatively stock EDF Freewing Avanti, and here a well-traveled turbine conversion Freewing Avanti, and I'm just going to make a video here on disassembling this one second hand. I don't like stickers, I peel them off, and then taking the parts out of this one and putting them in here. It's a pretty quick process, but let's get started. I do have mounts made for the various parts that are required for the turbine. I'm using a Zypoi Pro Hub. I have telemetry. To my Jetty radio. Simple fuel pump mount. The Pro Hub fuel pump. The air trap is a Sullivan 2-ounce tank set up as an air trap. Just take off the Freewing distribution board. And this board is flipped over. I have a little mount made, and the board is protected with some high voltage tape so that it doesn't get shorted out. I'm using a Jetty Rex 7 assist receiver. Okay. Here you can see the board flipped over. And this is just painter's tape to hold the antennas. And here we are. Just unplug all the components from the board. It'll all go in a very similar fashion into the next one. There. This can come out. This can come out. This is the vent tube for the tank. There we go. That can come out. So that's everything on the top side here. Obviously, I have a little bit more work to do, but the hard part's done on that. I'll flip it over real quick. Now this was the first version I made of this, and this airframe has 20 flights as a turbine off a rather rough grass field, and over 100 flights as an EDF, and it went back and forth from turbine to EDF a couple of times. So there's the turbine. Unplug the fuel line, And we will take the turbine out. I do have some rather unique tools for reaching down in here because my hands tend to be a bit large. The stock plywood mounts were cut out, and the foam was cut out a little bit. Obviously, you'll see I could cut out a bit more foam on the next one. Alright, there's the turbine. I'll just unplug it. There we go. See the heat damage. I could give myself a little more room on the next one. That pipe is from Turbines RC, and it is a Freewing Avanti pipe for this. Okay, there's the receiver. Okay, there's all that. Everything should be ready to go. And this is a Dubro tank. That's the vent line. And it is literally just slid in there. So there we are. That's everything required to do the conversion. This is a 32-ounce tank, I believe. And here you can see what it looks like stripped down. I'll pull the pipe next, and then this airplane can be put aside. Oh, that pipe's far more secure than I recall it being. Maybe I have some glue on these edges here, stopping it from sliding out. Here. This has been apart and together a few times, and it looks like on the second time I put the plywood on the pipe assembly and slid in as one unit to kind of set the width. Not a big deal. Makes for a little extra fun trying to get it apart. Alright, there's one. rest of the way off. I did bend these. They're just an aluminum piece bent out of some flat stock, and they allow the pipe to sit a little further back. Now the pipe just slides right out the front here. There we go. There's the pipe. Tie that down. And it's falling out everywhere. For the mount, you can see there wasn't much that I cut out. And there's the original mounts. Or no, not original, the ones I made. And these are glued in. They're quite strong. They're glued in with LePage Extreme Glue. Doubled up out of some high quality multi-layer plywood. And you can make these however you want. And I'll clean these up and they'll be ready to go again. So that is a disassembly. I'm just going to quickly put this back together and get it out of the way. The reassembly into the new airframe will take a bit longer, as you can imagine. There's a little bit of cutting involved, but you can see where we're at. Alright, thanks for watching.